Teaching our youth how to grow and prepare their own food has always been extremely important. In recent months, with the development of a coronavirus, this topic becomes even more important. There are a number of simple steps that we can do to better prepare ourselves for national emergencies like a coronavirus. And this is the one time where I think we all can agree that American families should have more of their own homegrown produce around homes. A situation like this with the coronavirus have taught us that we should be self-reliant. And with that in mind, I've been asking America for quite a few years to go ahead and plant a tree in a yard. So for any of you who have a piece of land, I would like to encourage you to use this time to go to Home Depot, go to Walmart, and pick up a fruit tree and plant at least one fruit tree with your kids and your family. So planting trees, and that is whatever you can grow in your area. I'm in Southern California and we can grow lots of citrus. Planting trees, it's beneficial on so many levels. This is one way for me to keep my kids engaged with nature. Another thing is we're able to get a little income back. And thirdly, having a fruit trees, I'm able to grow some of my own food. I'm a big advocate on teaching kids some basic life skills, including growing their own food, preserving food, and using food for healing. Having lemons is a wonderful thing. A situation like this that we have with coronavirus, although lemons cannot fight coronavirus, they're a good fruit to have to build immune system, and they can help sanitize hands and surfaces to some extent. Growing grapes, I'm gonna find this funny, but last year I taught my kids how to distill alcohol out of fruit. This is something again that our children should know how it's done. They should be able to produce these things on their own. With the technology today, we are raising intelligence, but we are losing a lot of common skills and common sense that a lot of our children will need in the future to survive. Our little property has over 150 different fruit trees, and I understand not everybody has the ability to grow a lot of fruits around their property, but if you have a piece of land, as I said, plant at least one. We have an apricot here, we have another apricot, and then we have peaches, a few different kinds of peaches. We have persimmons, grapefruit, oranges, we have olive tree, we have pomegranates, and you name it. One of the reasons why we should grow more of our own food is, number one, having a fruit tree in a yard, it will occupy your time with something positive and good, number one. Number two, you're going to end up with a homegrown or organic food that you can share with your family and your neighbors. So growing fruit for yourself, it's not just good for your family, but it's also good for your whole neighborhood. Another thing, if you have a little extra, you can preserve these fruits and have them throughout the year. So you can cut down the cost of your expenses when it comes to food. Another thing is you end up building a good relationship with your fruit trees, like we have with this little peach tree. As you can see, it's almost dead, and the kids and I have decided to fight for it because there is a one branch that continues to live and continues to produce. So again, it's having fruit trees, it's a lot of fun. If you're not a good gardener, trust me, you will be good at growing fruit trees. And one of the best fruit trees to grow is a fig tree. Figs give abundantly. They're so easy to take care of. They're not prone to diseases. And when you have extra, you can share it with your neighbors. And one of my favorite things to do with figs is to dry them in dehydrator and have them as a snacks for the kids throughout the year. As I said, the fig tree is very, very resilient, and I have shared some new branches with my neighbors, and I'm encouraging everybody in my neighborhood to plant a fig tree because, as I said, they give so abundantly, and there's so much that you can do with this kind of fruit. This is one of my favorite in our yard because we only have one apple tree, and throughout the year we get to share fresh apples with our neighborhood, and then there's always plenty to dry and leave for the rest of the year. Another reason about why you should grow fruit trees is the promise of the abundance for the next season. So here's my lemon tree, and it's in spring, it's blossoming, and it looks like it's covered in the snow. This is such a beautiful sight, and it's calming, and it's definitely a good emotion when you come to something that you take care of, and you see it blossom and grow under your hand. Countries who experience hardships understand the importance of growing and having availability of a fresh food for their nation. Our country has been blessed, and we had not had such struggles on our territory for a long time. But today's enemy is different. We don't need a war in order to find ourselves in a situation where we are struggling to get to the fresh fruit and fresh produce, and for our resources to be cut off. So with that in mind, I would like to encourage you again to revisit possibility of growing some of your own food, and growing something that can benefit not just you and your family, but that could benefit entire neighborhood. My organization is so dedicated to promoting more quality family time and teaching our youth to grow and prepare some of their own food, that we partnered up with an amazing partner. This is a Golden Valley seed company in El Centro, California, who's donating all kinds of different seeds to our organization, and in return we are donating these seeds to our community through library. So there are a lot of things that we can do together, and this is just our way of promoting more self-reliance, of teaching kids how to grow their own food and taking them to the next step, and teaching them how to prepare it, and then bringing that food to a family table and promoting more quality family time. We're fortunate to live in such a beautiful country. We have freedom, we have opportunities, and we have ways in which we can reshape the future for our children. So I like to invite you to participate in any way you can, from small way like staying socially separated during this coronavirus, to building and planting a better and brighter future for my kids. Small steps like planting a tree, starting the garden, reaching out to your neighbor, but getting more involved in your community, and just getting more reconnected with your family is a good start. To find out more about my work with VLADA'S of Life and the reasons why I'm doing this, please visit me at www.vlada'V.com.